I'm Madam Lim. Today we are going to learn how to tell time in English. You might come across this kind of questions asking time. What time is it? What's the time? Can you tell me the time? To answer those questions, you have to know how to read the time. Today, I'll teach you several ways of telling time. These are two types of commonly used clocks. They are analog clock and digital clock. Let's start with digital clock. There are two groups of number divided by a symbol called colon. The number at the left tells about hour, and the number at the right tells about minute. The number at the right, which tells a minute, always appear in two digits. So, if 1 minute, it will appear as 01, and we should read it as 01. Let's see some example. Reading digital clock. When we see 2:00 on the digital clock, we should read it as 2 o'clock or simply 2. 3:05 should be read as 3:05. 4:15 it's called 4:15. 5:30 is 5:30. 12:44 should be read as 12:44. As you see, we just simply read the number at the left followed by the right, which means we tell hour followed by minute. So, as long as you can read numbers up to 59, this is the easiest way of telling time. Next, reading analog clock. Let's examine the clock first. What you see in the picture is called clock face. Clock face. There are 12 numbers on the clock face. There is a shorter hand, which is red color in the picture, called hour hand. Like its name, it tells hour. There is another longer hand, which is blue in the picture, known as minute hand. It tells minute. This is how hands move on the clock face. Hour hand and minute hand spin at the same direction. That is from right to left in circle. We call it clockwise. Look at the clock. What's the time? Is it 2:01? No, because the number after the colon should be a 2 digits number, remember? Is it 2:01? No, it is 2:05. Where is this number 5 comes from? That's the knowledge in analog clock. If you see clearly, there are 5 spaces between each number. It values a minute in each space. So, 5 spaces means 5 minutes, which means when minutes hand go from one number to the following number, the time passes 5 minutes. So, if we count from number 12, when minute hand points to 1, means time passed 5 minutes. When it points to 2, means 10 minutes. In other way, you can multiply the number with 5 to get the minutes. For example, 3 times 5 equals 15, and 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, and 60. But normally we read and write time with minutes up to 59 only. So we'll change 60 to 00. Now let's read the time. First, read hour pointed by red hand, followed by minute hand, which is blue. So hour hand is pointing to 2, and minute hand is pointing to 1, which is 5 minutes. Thus, we read time as 2:05. That's where 5 comes from. Let's try another example. What's the time shown in the picture? Our hand is pointing to 11, and minute's hand is pointing to 3, which means 15 minutes. So we read the time as 11:15. Let's have one more example before we move on. Look at the picture. What time is it? Look at the hour hand first. It's pointing to the space between number 4 and 5. Should it be counted as 4 or 5? Remember how the hands move on the clock. It's clockwise, which also means the hour hand has passed 4 but not yet reached 5. Since it not yet reached 5, we should still read it as 4. Then we read the minute hand. It is pointing to 6, which means 30 minutes. Thus, we read the time as 4:30. What we have learned so far is the most commonly style of reading time, which is American style. It's simple and easier. But you might hear people using other expressions on telling time. If someone tells you, "I'll meet you at 2:30," do you know what is the time? If your friend tells you, "Let's meet at 5:10," what's that? What is 5:10? Actually, this is British way of telling time. They are something you need to know in order to be able to understand it. So let's go through what they are.
Don't forget to subscribe and share.